I guess we'll do our regular opening, Bobby. So John, you want to initiate this?
No, I'll let someone else initiate for today.
All right, Thunder, why don't you go for it?
Start the meeting.
So we're gonna do that. Okay, you guys know what to do. What's the first thing?
What's the first thing?
River banks, but I don't know how can we do river bank here?
I guess you just call it.
Okay, I forget that song. I forget.
Yeah, and then we say, okay, build a dam.
Build a dam.
Are we building a dam?
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
We're
Holding hands. Holding hands. Angelina, are you holding hands?
Go. Hands up.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Are you holding hands, Angelina? Okay, great. And then what's next? Chopping positions, right? Chopping positions.
Okay, I'm just going to the next different.
Who are we?
Yeah, what do we do?
Beavers. 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 Staring. 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 All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's okay. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so this is Baden-Powell when he was at the end of his life. You'll notice that he's wearing the same hat that we are. You'll notice that he's wearing, I never noticed this, but I think he's wearing a silver box of some kind, and he's got lots of medals on the side there. So the first place we need to look at is the British Empire. So Baden-Powell was alive at the time of the British Empire. Everything that you see that is red was part of the British Empire. And you'll notice that Canada, Robbie, you'll notice that everything that's red is the British, and Canada was part of the British Empire. So is Australia. You'll notice England is a little tiny thing in the middle up above. And then you have lots of Africa and India. All right, so the first place we're going to go is India. Robbie, stop it. So the first place is going to go is India. So when Baden-Powell was young, he went to British India at the time. It was totally taken over by the British, and this is where you would have seen the Jungle Book. Okay, so the Jungle Book, it wasn't really around at that time. Baden-Powell was there in the 1870s. The Jungle Book came out in the 1900s, but he would have looked to India and Rudyard Kipling's book for the Cubs later on. Okay, so all right, so this is 1878 when Baden-Powell was part of the 13 Hussars. That's when he was very young. This is one of the earliest pictures we have of him. And you'll notice that he's wearing the cavalry uniform. This is him in full dress uniform on his horse. And this is him with his, when he became a colonel. And then if you look up real close, you see lots of gold braid on him. And you'll notice that also there's lots of gods in India. It would have been a very different world for him. And so I'm going to show you a quick video.
Here's badge.
Beaver Scouts Canada.
You see that?
This is Robbie's spirit badge.
Like someone holding a tree.
Yeah.
This is the personal achievement badge form that needs to be filled out
It's
with
working.
3 adventures.
Great.
I want to do this badge because I want to explore what is important to other faiths. Being Canadian, we are more tolerant to others' faiths and beliefs. For my first adventure, we visited a Hindu temple in Dollar des Ormeaux. I found it strange that there were no seats like in a Christian church. I liked it because it had nice-looking shrines.
Are you listening?
Today we're visiting a Hindu temple for Robbie's spirit badge.
You see that? That's not too far from here. We can go visit.
That's right. Good for badge.
Yeah. It's a Hindu temple.
So, Robbie, Hinduism is one of the oldest religions in the world. It started 6,000 years ago in the Indus River Valley civilization. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Robbie, do you know what polytheism means? So what it means is when you worship many gods. So in Hinduism, you can worship Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu. And so people tend to think that it is polytheistic, but there's also an ultimate reality named Brahman. So that's why some people say that it's not. So Hinduism isn't really considered a very dogmatic religion like Christianity would be. Because there's so many different gods, you can actually choose which gods that you want to worship. And all these gods are in their Bible or their collection of the Bible known as the Vedas, of which there are 4 books of the Vedas. So Hindus believe that everyone has souls named Atman, and they believe if you've lived a virtuous life, you'll have good karma and you'll be reincarnated. What did you think of the Hindu temple?
I like it because all the different gods are wearing different clothes and they're so colorful. And also, I like it because you can just wander around and look at whatever you want.
Yeah, it's really different from Christianity.
Yep.
So the next place we need to go in the British Empire is Africa. And specifically, we're going to South Africa. South Africa is at the very bottom tip of Africa. That's why it's called South Africa. Before Baden-Powell got to South Africa, the British had been at war with a people called the Zulus. They did defeat them, and then later on, Baden-Powell would go to war against Ketsueo's son, which was the king of the Zulus. His name was Dinizulu. You'll notice here this picture of Dinizulu. He has a set of beads draped around his body. So those beads become very important in Scout history. This is a replica of the necklace that Baden-Powell captured after defeating Dinizulu. And if you look very closely today, you'll see them around Scouters' necks who have received their wood badge too. What they do is they present it to them attached to a leather string. There was a period in Baden-Powell's life where he became a spy, and what he would do is he would draw these beautiful butterflies like you see above. But what you don't see is, as in this picture here, is that the butterfly actually has some secrets that's hidden in the drawing. You'll notice that there's the location of cannons inside a fort. That's very important to know. Here's another one that shows a river and its tributaries. Very handy if you need to cross rivers. Baden-Powell wrote a book entitled My Adventures as a Spy, and in it he has lots of other examples like these. The next place we go from South Africa is to the middle of Africa to the left, called the Ashanti Kingdom. Ashanti warriors shook with their left hand to show their trust for the person that they're shaking hands with, because they usually have their shield in their left hand. And this is why Scouters shake with their left hand to this day. This is the flag of the Ashanti people, and in the middle you'll see a golden stool. This is an Ashanti king sitting on a throne, sitting beside the golden stool, which is also on a throne because the golden stool itself is almost more important than the actual king of the Ashanti. All right, so one of the places that Baden-Powell went to was the Ashanti Kingdom. And so Robbie made this throne.
Oh, look.
Wow.
So Robbie, how did you make that?
Where did you make that from?
What was
Skull.
skull? So this thing is like it's called Sculpey. It's like ceramics.
Yeah.
And then what I did is I shaped it like that, and then I put it in the oven.
In the oven, yeah.
And then I painted it gold.
Wow.
And so what is it? What's the significance of it?
It's more important than the king,
Yeah, the Shanty Kings.
the Shanty King.
That's right. Yeah. Guess we can move on to the questions for Robbie for the spirit thing. John, Echo. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Robbie, what did you enjoy most about going to the different temples and learning about different cultures? Was there something that was more interesting than others?
Yeah,
You say you like the shines.
I like the shines because they're more colorful.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it much different than something you would normally do?
Probably.
Yeah. What other type of interest did it hold for you, like making the little trophy? Not trophy, but the little gold thing.
The
The
throne.
stool.
The throne.
I like it. It was fun.
Yeah? Okay. Does Thunder have any questions for Robbie?
No, we want to ask, how did you do the throne again?
Yeah, how did you do the throne? That's my question.
The
How
throne.
did you do how did I do a throne? What I did is I took a bit of Sculpey and I just slapped it and a couple times and it turned into a circle, and then I formed these two like handle thingies, and then this my dad helped me with a bit. He cut out these things with a knife, and then I stuck it together, and then I made this shape. I stuck it right on.
Yeah.
And
So that's called Sculpey?
yes,
What's called
Yeah. It's like a Play-Doh or clay, but when you put it in the oven, it hardens really hard.
Oh, wow.
What color is it normally? Like
It-
before you paint it?
white.
You can get it in different colors. You can get white, yellow, I think probably blue, green, stuff like that. But I find white is the best because then you can paint it any color you want. Yeah.
Can you send us a link on WhatsApp just so that we know what it is for
Yeah.
the future?
What
Thanks.
color was it?
It was white
Yeah,
before.
it's white.
Eating some food.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Robbie? Okay. I think that's all my questions. Thunder, did you have any others?
No, I think that's good. I
Yeah.
mean,
I'll put a link to the full video so everybody can see it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for the spirit video that you had tried
Yeah.
to post?
Yeah, that's right. Because we didn't show it all. What's that?
Yeah.
All right. So next we have someone special here today who's going to do a demonstration.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, there I am. Hello. So I'm going to demonstrate the importance of washing your hands, especially during this time.
I should wash hands.
So for this, we have water, and this is a simulation experiment. I'm going to put some pepper inside this bowl of water, and let's pretend the little specks of pepper are the germs. Okay, so let's pretend they're germs, and this is there. I'm going to demonstrate the effect of soap on the germs. So here we put a couple of drops of soap, and notice what happened to those germs. Did everybody see that immediate reaction? So the importance of washing your hands during this time is
And as soon as we put soap, the germs, they go away.
they go away.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
wow.
That's why we just don't use water, we use soap too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Have all you guys been washing your hands when you come in from outside and after doing different things? Yeah?
Yeah, Julien's pretty good.
Like, we don't want to do that experiment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna try it, eh? Tomorrow we can try the experiment.
Is that just with regular pepper and regular dish soap?
Yeah, it was just pepper and it goes all over and it happens. It's an immediate reaction. Yeah.
Wow. So you guys can try this at home.
Yeah.
with your parents. Just
All
to-
right. So next, I guess it's Patrick.
Okay, so Patrick's done a few things towards his technology badge, and what we wanted to show you guys is that even though we're not meeting right now, that you guys can still do a badge with your parents, because really some of the stuff you may already be doing at home. And so you guys, I mean, I think most of you guys were here already when Patrick, there was for each badge there's 3 adventures, and the first one was one that actually Patrick had brought in when he brought in the robot that that he had built. And then so for this technology badge he had to do 2 more, and then that's, so do you remember what the two other ones, 2 other things you did were, Patrick?
Well, first, me and my dad, I tried to screw the bottom. It's like an old toy that I used to play with.
Okay.
We took it apart and we saw these little buttons. They help it. They like do this. Like they help it. Like they help it like do this. Like they help it do the sirens. So they.
Nice. Yeah.
So what kind of a toy was it?
It was a fire truck.
So you took apart a fire truck. You didn't put it together.
Yes, I put it back together, and then look what's in it. I don't know if this is.
They can't see it, but it's the circuit board.
See?
Oh. Okay, so you were learning about the parts that that were inside the truck. Okay, awesome.
What was the other thing you did, Patrick?
And do you remember what the other thing was? The other thing is something that.
My rules is like no for.
So you made some rules for technology at home.
Yeah.
Is that
So
right?
No TV or iPads until after homework and supper. No phones at the supper table. And then we shouldn't rely on technology. That we can go look for answers in books. And that these rules should not only be for kids, but for the adults too. Right?
Oh wow, was that something you added in, Patrick?
Quack, quack. Well, in this summer, I'm going to go to Legoland.
Oh, awesome. Is that Legoland in Florida or in California?
New York State.
Oh, there's one in New York?
It's opening this summer.
Oh, wow.
I think it's a brand new one. It's a brand new one.
Was there any other rules out there, Patrick?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. So you have learned about technology by doing the robot, and then also by taking apart the fire truck, and then you learned a little bit kind of about technology when you're creating rules around technology, because I mean that's something that we all use technology every day more and more, and we're trying to use it and in the right way possible, and also sometimes we do have to limit it. So Patrick, what kind of things do you know now that you didn't know before?
Well, I didn't know before that this wasn't there.
He's pointing to these circuit boards inside.
So you hadn't, yeah, for sure, you hadn't seen the stuff inside the fire engine. Okay. And of the 3 things that you did, like making the robot or create, I'm gonna just ask of the 2 things, because I'm sure creating the rules was probably not the most fun. But out of the taking apart the fire engine or building the robot, which thing did you like the best?
You like taking apart? You like taking apart the toy better?
Oh, awesome.
Oh, and my sister. This is my sister.
Yeah, there's a picture with the sister in it.
Oh, nice. Okay. And oh, I see here that you got to use for the robot. You got to use a drill. Is that right?
Yep.
I know that was a while ago.
No.
Remember, you used a screwdriver to put it together.
How did you know?
Oh.
We talked about that. We wrote that down.
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta-
because there's like a little drill, like that drills the arms in and other type of stuff. But we couldn't get the BB-8 one because it was too hard to build together.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, that's really cool. So, I mean, now you've done all the qualifications for your technology badge. So, next time we meet, we will we'll definitely that's something that you'll be presented. So, yeah, that was a good job. Yeah, and I guess since we're meeting in this kind of format, maybe next time if you guys do something interesting or you know, it would be good to bring in. This is a very easy format to be able to show what if you do something during the week that you think the other guys might be interested in seeing, it would be good to show. Manya, do you have a question or you want to show something?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Mom.
Okay, sure.
I've been doing something with those beads.
What is that? Can you show it closer?
Oh. It's some beads and you put them on this and then you iron it and it turns into this.
And she made a cover.
I made this.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's a watermelon cover. So you can put a pipe in.
That's really nice. Yeah.
She made it?
That's really nice.
So she made it as a glass cover. So summer she has decided to put her drink in a glass, and then she's gonna put a straw in the middle. And if she's outside, there's no dust particles or anything that will go in her drink.
Wow.
Wow.
Has Mania, have you done your craft badge yet?
Yeah.
She has done a creative badge, so I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, the creative badge. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, how do those beads attach together to stick?
My mom, we have a parsnip paper, and then you can iron it so it will turn out like this.
So when she puts her beads in the platform here, she gets her design, and then I iron it. So the heat melts the beads and bring them together.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
And it's quite fun activity right now. You have to keep the kids busy, so they spend hours doing that.
I even sanitized the whole house with my parents and my sister.
Oh, wow. Yeah, if you guys could put that on the WhatsApp, what those beads are, that's really that's an interesting thing. Is it something you just get at Walmart or?
Oh, this is from IKEA.
It's
from IKEA.
Pistella
Okay.
It's named Pistella beads.
I'll send it on WhatsApp for everybody.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Cool. Hi, Forrest. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. What have you been doing these days?
I don't know.
Watching TV? Yeah. What do you like watching on TV?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh. All right. So what is next? Rascal?
That's it. I guess I was going to get to talk to each other. We already talked about what they're doing to cope with present day things. So I guess we have to start thinking about what we're going to do next week. And one of the things that Robbie's going to do is he just got a survival kit. So he's going to show everybody all the individual components of the survival kit. He also got a new first aid kit. So we're going to go through different things on that as well.
Can we see the bag of it?
No, let's save it for next week. So we'll have something to look forward to. And at this time, if anybody wants to do badges, I can talk to your parents, and we can talk about the requirements for each badge that you want to do.
Raise your hand up then.
Yeah. All right. Well, this worked out. This was a success. You know, I don't know if you've noticed, but we went over our 40-minute time limit, and also when we did, there was I don't know if anybody else saw it, but there was a present with a big bow on it that said Zoom likes what you're doing, and so you get a free gift of more than 40 minutes.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a present. Yeah. So that's why this session has lasted this long. All right. So should we do a closing?
See?
Or should we do? How about if we sing? How about if we do our song?
Can I show you something that I made today?
Oh yeah. Who's talking?
Patrick.
Oh yeah. All right. Go for it.
Go for it.
I made a birdhouse today.
Oh.
That's nice.
Can you show it closer to the camera?
He's overdoing that. Oh wait. Now the birdhouse is for the earth beaver. That's,
Oh, there you
that's
go.
one of the requirements. Robbie did one of those as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really
Yeah,
cool.
bring it up close. We didn't get to see it.
Oh,
Let me-
look up close. Camera's up here, Patrick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Get back up a little. There you go.
Let me see
Look
the
at the
side.
birdhouse, very nice.
Oh,
You
you
did a
kinda
birdhouse too
together.
before.
There's nice.
I made
Okay.
it today.
That's great.
Nice.
And it's just in time to put it outside too. Huh?
I can take part in it.
That kit.
Your mic was off
That's
before.
actually
They couldn't hear you.
Oh,
At
and
the dollar
I'm
store?
going to show you what else.
Yep.
I'm going to show you something else.
Oh, wow.
I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, your turn, Julien.
Can I try something?
Go for it.
I made a the same birdhouse too.
You did something similar too.
Oh,
And
okay.
Julien's working on badges, so next week he'll have his badge ready to present.
Oh, nice.
He's
Okay.
done them, he just need his little presentation.
Yeah. Okay. Which one is he doing?
Well, he's did the exploring
Oh yeah.
different museums.
Yeah.
And he has, I can't remember what's the other one he did.
What?
You did another one that you wrote up all about it, but I can't remember. It's all written out.
Music?
Not music, another one. I forgot which one it is. I don't remember.
Music?
I don't remember.
Natasha.
We did that already. I don't remember. We have to find the paper. It's all written up. So he'll present it next week when we find the paper.
Great. All right,
Hey,
Patrick,
sir.
what do you have there?
My mom is bringing it.
Oh.
Unacceptable. I made those. I made
Oh, look what Manya made.
these two pencil holders
Oh,
Very nice, Manya.
with some cans.
We used the cans and she spent her time decorating and putting her name. And then we're using it as a pencil holder.
Very nice.
Good idea.
So we did something too. Show it, girls. Show the camera's right there, guys. Show it.
Oh, wow.
We did plants like we did. we
Yeah,
just
it's
planted
basil.
plants.
There's
It's basil.
plant in there is gonna grow this week.
Oh, I think they're working on their plant batch.
Oh.
They decorate it. Yeah, the little plant.
What are these? What are these? We first painted the wood that goes like around it.
To decorate.
Yeah, and then when it was dry, like we also did like little butterflies. And after when it's done drying, my grandpa he put it
I'm busy.
together. Like he put it.
I want to.
Then we put it the black.
The dirt, yeah, the dirt,
Yeah,
and
the
there's
black dirt, and then
basil seeds in there.
and then we put basil seeds in there. What are the butterflies made out of? It's wood. Yeah, it's made out like wood.
Some sort of a composite wood.
Yes. And then you painted it? Yeah, we painted it.
Oh,
It's so beautiful.
Very cool. Wow. That's cool. Yeah. So guys, if you do something during the week that's interesting, that you'd like to show some of the other beavers, please feel free to bring it and show it, because I think everybody's feeling a bit the same way. Like, what are things to do? Everybody's looking for ideas about things. So yeah, let's if we can share this information, it's awesome.
If we can share on the WhatsApp group, maybe like, one parent will show up and the other parents can benefit that idea with their kids.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, I think Julien went off to get something.
Julien went to get something, yeah. He's getting tired, so he's getting a little restless. So.
Yeah.
Going up and down the stairs will help. Come down, quick. Come down. Come and show what you did.
Yeah.
Well, I made this. Mama.
All right, let's see.
It's like, oh my God.
oh wow.
What is that?
What's it made of?
These kind of stuff. There are secrets. My grandpa put it in the room, and did everything else. I chose where to put the sea glass, especially that one.
So he saw un vitrail. I don't know what in English. Stained glass window.
Oh yeah.
He saw a stained glass window at his grandpa, and his grandpa's been collecting sea glass at the seashore, and so he had a box of it. So Julien chose some sea glass, glued it with hot glue on plexiglass.
Wow.
And then colored all the sea animals around it. So.
Yeah, first that was a human sideways, but now I want it to be a ray.
Oh, a stingray. This looks like a méduse.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the words in English.
It's jellyfish.
Oh, jellyfish. There you go.
And a turtle.
Turtle.
The same thing on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, same thing.
And no waves.
And there's waves where the sea glass is.
Wow, very nice.
So we had I think kids come up with great projects.
Yeah.
All of yours are great. All of yours are great.
Boris, did you want to say something? No. Okay.
What I want.
No problem. For any of you guys, for Angelina, if you do something during the week that you think is kind of cool and you want to show the other beavers, I mean, next time just bring it. No problem.
Now that we know we see each other next Friday.
Yeah.
We'll have our things planned.
Exactly. What we're just trying to do is trying to keep the spirit of the beavers going and figure out what can we do while being in this environment.
Well, I want to tell you one more thing. Okay?
What?
I am tired.
He's ready for the closing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's do our closing song then. And
you want to do the closing song?
let's see if can we get it to all harmonize. I don't know.
What's the closing song?
I think we always get down.
What's the closing song?
You guys remember?
Ready?
We're gonna try. Softly falls the light of day as our campfire fades away. Silently each beaver asks, have I done my daily task? Did I give my world my care, remembering to smile and share? Each beaver turns to God in prayer, thankful for his blessings there. Good night, beavers.
Night,
Building
beavers.
tomorrow.
Good night. Thank you.
Okay.
Night,
Good night, Rascal.
Good night.
Good night, Echo.
Good night.
Okay.
Good
Bye.
night, Echo.
See you next week.
Bye 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 bye.